Tomorrow, the 23rd of May, President Ramaphosa will undertake a working visit to the Kingdom of Lesotho for the launch of Phase 2 of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project. His Majesty King Letsie III, President Ramaphosa, and Lesotho's Prime Minister, Samuel Tsokwane Matekane, will jointly launch this project at the Porihade Dam. The launch will commence with a sword-turning ceremony and will be followed by a formal program. The launch is a critical step on the journey to greater water and energy security for South Africans and Basotho, and is a demonstration of the strong relations between our two countries. It is also a demonstration of the human capital and technology we are able to share and deploy jointly as neighbors in the interest of improving the lives of citizens and economic development in both nations. South Africa and the Kingdom of Lesotho share a close historic relationship whose substance today entails strengthened economic cooperation between the two countries. The working visit aims to reinforce this relationship in which South Africa and Lesotho are pursuing the common interest of developing the region, creating employment, and advancing innovation and technology. On Wednesday, the 24th of May, the President will chair a regular meeting of Cabinet, the outcomes of which will be communicated by Minister in the Presidency, Ms. Kumbutso Chabeni, on a date that will be announced by the GCIS. On Thursday, the 25th of May, which is Africa Day, Africa Month is one of the several themed months, such as Freedom Month, Youth Month, which are coordinated by the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. Africa Month 2023 has been themed Deepening the AU Vision for Unity, Prosperity, and Modernity for a Better Africa and a Better World. On Thursday, the 25th, South Africa will once again join the nations of our continent in celebrating Africa Day as the day on which we commemorate the establishment of the Organization of African Unity 60 years ago, and its transformation 20 years ago into the African Union. Africa Day is a day that focuses our consciousness on the development of our continent, regional integration, the opportunities offered by the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, and the human, cultural, and natural treasures of Africa. For the President, the day will have a personal significance, as it will mark 4 years since his inauguration as the 5th democratically elected president of a free and democratic South Africa. The President will deliver the keynote address at the National Africa Day celebrations that will be held at the Cradle of Humankind on Thursday, the 25th of May, as announced. South Africa is honored that the chairperson of the Southern African Development Community, His Excellency President Felix Tshisekedi, and the chairperson of the African Union Commission, His Excellency President Azali Assoumani, will deliver messages of support virtually at the event, where cultural performances and other activities will also take place. The program will start at 9:30, with the President due to speak at around 11:20. On Monday, the 29th of May, President Ramaphosa will honor an invitation to attend the inauguration of President-elect Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. President Ramaphosa will join a number of his continental counterparts who will be in attendance at this occasion. The President's participation also demonstrates continuity in the strategic relationship between South Africa and Nigeria. Nigeria is South Africa's biggest trade partner in West Africa. A broad range of South African firms have invested in Nigeria, while Nigerian companies are also developing a footprint in South Africa. On the 31st of May, which is a Wednesday, the President will address the National Assembly on key interventions and programs of the Presidency, including addressing the electricity crisis and growing an inclusive economy. The President will do so as part of presenting the Presidency budget vote for 2023-2024, which will be debated by members of Parliament. The President will reply to this debate on Thursday, the 1st of June. The President will outline progress recorded during the past financial year in relation to commitments set out in the February 2022 and 2023 State of the Nation addresses. At the apex of the executive arm of the state, the presidency is the center of coordination, oversight, and supervision across all spheres of government. The presidency supports the president and the deputy president in executing their primary responsibilities to uphold, defend, and respect the Constitution of the Republic, and to advance social cohesion, among other programs. President Ramaphosa will underline his vision for a South Africa characterized by inclusive growth and improved living conditions for all South Africans. Just an update on the constitutional amendment on South African Sign Language as our 12th official language. The National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces adopted the Constitution 18th Amendment Bill, which amends Section 6 of the Constitution. The amendment includes South African Sign Language as an official language to promote the rights of persons who are deaf and hard of hearing. The President welcomes this amendment as it deepens inclusivity and diversity in our country. Among other objectives, the amendment prohibits unfair discrimination on the ground of disability, as guaranteed by Section 9 of the Constitution. The bill was received last week, having been passed by the NCOP on the 16th of May. It is now being processed by the Presidency legal team. Finally, on a matter that was raised at the last media briefing, which subsequently I've also received a question from one of the media colleagues with respect to the challenge to the Section 89 panel report. The President noted the decision that was taken by the Constitutional Court dated the 1st of March 2023, in which the court decided not to engage with the merits of the application that he instituted to set aside the report of the independent panel established by the National Assembly in terms of Section 89 of the Constitution. In the first part of the President's review application, he sought leave to bring the case directly to the Constitutional Court because it was, according to the advice he received, a matter that fell within its exclusive jurisdiction and in the interest of justice. In the second part, he asked that the report of the panel be reviewed, declared unlawful, and set aside. The Constitutional Court's decision was on the grounds that the application is not within the court's exclusive jurisdiction and no compelling case for direct access was made. The President respects the ruling of the Constitutional Court. The President has been advised, which advice he has accepted, that the panel report and all issues associated with it have become moot, and they are of no practical and legal consequence because on the 13th of December 2022, the National Assembly decided to reject the motion to refer the panel report to an impeachment committee. While that decision remains valid, the Section 89 panel report carries no weight in law. The President has thus been advised not to institute proceedings before the High Court for the review and setting aside of the panel report at this stage. President Ramaphosa reserves his right to bring such proceedings in due course should the circumstances change. The President maintains his position set out in his founding affidavit before the Constitutional Court that the panel report is reviewable in law on several grounds, including the misconception of its mandate, the grave errors of law, and the unfounded conclusions of fact. I'll end there for now, colleagues. And before I open the floor to questions, just one other issue to underline and just underscore is that the President maintains a very constructive working relationship with business. We've seen reports citing some sort of breakdown between the president and business. That is far from the truth. In April, the president met with chief executives from key exporting economic sectors such as mining and minerals, agriculture and forestry sectors, as well as the automotive and freight forwarding industry representatives. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss challenges facing the country's logistics system, including the declining performance of the freight rail network. Prior to that meeting, the President had met with the Transnet board and executive management, where he directed Transnet to implement reforms swiftly and completely to turn around the crisis in South Africa's logistics systems. The President went on to meet with business leaders in the steel and engineering industries, still in April, to discuss measures that government and the industry and other social partners will take together to grow the sector and ensure its future